Hi, I'm Brett Larkin, and in this class we're really going to focus on alignment above all else. If you're looking to kind of align and refine your standing poses to take them to the next level, this class is going to be amazing for you, whether you're a beginner or advanced student. If you have a blanket and 2 blocks, they're not required, but if you have them, grab them. So we'll just start in child's pose. So you can use the blanket to kind of pad your knees, and then if you like having a block long way between the heels under the seat or under the head, you're welcome to add either or both. Otherwise, just close the eyes, just give yourself a moment to land in the space. As you close your eyes and feel your forehead press into the mat, just begin to notice the breath in the body. Just looking for where the inhale is happening. Looking for where the exhale is happening. And as you tune into that more, see if you can find the inhale really widening your low back in some sort of capacity. So just think of the inhale kind of going into the low back, the space between the hips, and the exhale just drawing your navel up and in so subtly, so slightly. And you're breathing in and out through the nose. Now working on slowing the breath down. So there's really that 3-count inhale. Should feel the whole body kind of widen, and a 3-count exhale. Slight activation of the core as you breathe all the air out. Just finding that 2 or 3 more times, letting the body get really heavy. Just letting yourself sink in. So my intention for today is we're going to move a little bit slower than normal. We're going to focus a little bit more on alignment. You can definitely do some yummy shoulder stuff as well. Notice whatever thoughts are kind of moving through the mind, and maybe just start to bring a little movement into the body, moving the hips left and right. Just bringing your attention back to the sensation of that 3-count inhale with the body expanding. That 3-count exhale with the navel drawing slightly up and in. Just trying to think of any thoughts or mind chatter like passing clouds in the sky. And the breath, that constant blue beneath it all. Slowly begin to engage the arms. Maybe reach the fingertips far apart. Walking the hands away from the hips. So just creeping the fingers forward till you're tented up, so all the fingertips are pressing into the floor, and then just move the hips from side to side here, noticing if you feel a stretch in the back of the shoulders or maybe throughout the whole back, really reaching the fingertips away. Good, and then on your next in-breath, as you're ready, gently come up to all fours, stack shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. You can keep your knees on the blanket for right now. I want you to lengthen your tailbone back in space, keeping the eyes closed, so really feel the navel hug up and in as you lengthen the tailbone back, and then glide your shoulder blades down the back and feel the sternum, your heart kind of reaching away from the tailbone, but I want your abs to be really engaged, so draw your abs up and in, so it's like your abs are a little suction cup, so you're drawing them away from the floor very actively, and then find your breath here, just breathing in for 3, moving the shoulders and hips apart from one another, exhaling 3. Breathing in, filling the hips and shoulders with breath so this torso of your rectangle torso gets wider. And then exhale, keep the navel drawing in. Last 2 on your own, just breathing in. Get bigger, breathing out, firming navel to spine. And last 1, huge breath in. Exhaling all the way. Good. Keep the navel drawing up and in. Curl your toes under your next in-breath. Find a little gentle up cat. So it doesn't need to be super deep. Just take the collarbones and shoulder heads back. And then as you exhale, really press through the knuckles of your hands, dip the chin into the chest, draw your abs up. Again, imagine that little suction cup, drawing the abs up away from the floor. And then flow through a few more on your own. So you're just going to inhale. Open the chest, keeping the navel firmed in so the belly is just not splaying, popping out. And then exhaling, really rounding. Think of a Halloween cat. Good. A few more. Just moving really slow, eyes closed. Just imagine you're moving through molasses or water. Good. And then after your next inhale, whenever that happens, you'll press back on the exhale into a downward facing dog. There's no rush. Keep your knees really, really bent. So it's just like you're pressing through the knuckles, trying to lay your torso on your thigh bones at first. So you're just interested in lengthen the spine. Keep the knees so bent that they're almost touching the ground. Spread the fingers apart, press through the knuckles, reach the sitting bones higher towards where the back wall meets the ceiling. And it's just like a big yawn for the spine. Knees deeply bent, just reach the crown of the head towards the floor, reach the tailbone towards the ceiling, and then as you're ready, after that, maybe pedal through one leg, straightening one leg, and then the other. And then maybe rebending both and just finding, again, that sensation of the navel pulling in and sending your sits bones high to the sky. So it should feel like you're doing handstand in the upper body, and then maybe straightening one leg, and then the other. Good. And use your whole in-breath to rock forward to a plank pose. Breathe in. Shoulders over wrists. As you breathe out, downward facing dog, pull the abs up and in. 2 more like that. Inhaling, slow. Use your whole in-breath to arrive. Exhale, pull the navel back, downward facing dog. Good. Last one. Inhale to your plank pose and hold. Really feel your heels pressing back and your hips moving towards your chin, so that sensation of the abs suctioning up. Draw your shoulders back. We're here for 3. Breathe into the torso. Breathe into every part of the body for 2. Good. Last one. Listen carefully. Breathe in. Exhale. Take your knees to the blanket and then your chest and your chin to the floor. Yeah. And then lengthen your chin along the mat. Really feel this opening, feet high. And then as you're ready, inhale, push through to your little cobra. You can have hands on the wood. And then just inhale, come on up. Draw the shoulders down and back. And then exhale, pull the navel in. And see if you can get longer as you roll down. We'll do this 2 or 3 more times. So inhale, press yourself up. Okay to be on those tented fingers, so fingertips on the floor. Send the shoulder heads back, collarbones back. And then I want your forehead to be farther away than it was before as you roll down. So think of rolling down, and you're getting longer as you go down. Good. 2 more. Inhale, just press yourself up. As you exhale, get longer to go down. So keep the cobra and the vertebrae spread apart from one another so your forehead touches the floor farther away than when you started. And then last one, eyes closed. Exhale, thinking of each vertebra spreading a little farther apart. You can kind of use your hands, like pull the ground back to make it happen. Awesome. And then inhale, shoulders, hands under shoulders, and you'll breathe out. You'll press back to your child's pose with the knees on the blanket. So just move the hips from side to side. Good. And then take your hands to prayer, palms touching, and then take that prayer on your back. So you're in kind of like a reverse namaste, hands touching, thumbs on the place between your shoulder blades, and just rock the hips side to side. And breathe in, and breathe out all the way. Good. And one more time, breathing in, sending that in-breath to the low back, and exhaling completely. Good. Take the hands in front of you, creep the fingertips away, reach them, maybe up on tented fingers. Send your tailbone away from that space so you're experiencing a stretch here, maybe rock from side to side. And then as you're ready, breathe in, come up to all fours. Set the blanket aside now, so we'll just set it to the side, and then come into downward facing dog as you're ready. Good. Begin pedaling through the feet. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Gently walk towards the top of the mat. So just take a stroll towards the top of the mat. And ideally you want to have your 2 blocks, if you don't have them, in front of you right here. So we're going to do our little half lifts with a little bit more like intention. So I want the feet hip width apart, blocks on the highest height. And you're just going to inhale, get long, really feel your sitting bones press back and feel your shoulder blades plug down and back. So you're really actively pressing into the blocks to glide the shoulder blades back. And it's like this beam of light between your collarbones can kind of shine forward towards the wall in front of you. And then as you exhale, keep pressing into the blocks, but exhale, see if you can come a little deeper into your forward fold. And we'll do this a few more times. So inhale, press into the blocks. It's really simple, but it's a really profound hamstring stretch. You're going to inhale, glide the shoulders down, and don't crane the neck, but just think of that space between the collarbones shining forward. And then as you exhale, keep pressing into the blocks to keep the shoulders gliding down the back, but kind of like we did it with the cobras, the head is just going to maybe come a little closer to the ground each time. Maybe. Inhale, get long. Exhale, fold. Pull the abs up and in, maybe fold a little bit deeper. Awesome. Last one. Inhale, finding length. Really use the blocks to glide the shoulders down the back, shine the heart forward, and then exhale, folding to your deepest point. Nice, and now stay folded. Press into the big toe and the little toe and the inner heel and the outer heel. Send your thigh bones back in space. And without hyperextending the knees, just see if you can find the deepest stretch in your hamstrings here. So keep pressing down. Big toe, little toe, inner heel, outer heel. Good. Last breath. Nice. And then we'll bend the knees. Really lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. We'll round up one vertebra at a time. No rush. So just stacking one vertebra on top of the other. When you get to the top, just let the head roll over to the right. So you get a nice stretch on the left side of the neck. And then take the chin down to center. Nice. And then opposite side. Left ear to left shoulder. Good. Eyes closed. Take the chin back to center. First side again. Right ear to right shoulder. As you do this, think of your tailbone getting longer. So the whole time you do this exercise and are enjoying the neck stretch, the tailbone's lengthening down, down, down. Take it to the left side again, so that your hip points lever up more and there's less of an arch in your low back, because it's like 1,000-pound weight is attached to your tailbone. Good, and then come to center. Inhale. Circle the arms down, around, and up. Big breath in. Good. Exhale, press the air away. Stand tall. We'll just do this 2 more times. So inhale, really activating through the biceps, spreading the fingertips far apart. Breathe in, take a lot of space up. Good. Exhale, press the air away, get taller. Good. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press the air away. Okay, a little different this time. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, interlace the fingers and we're going to round. So deep bend in the knees, chin into chest like you're hugging a huge beach ball, chin into chest, knuckles towards me. Really round. So I really want you to feel your low back even get a little bit of a stretch. So thrust your tailbone towards me, round a lot. Good. And then keep your low back kind of neutral, your tailbone moving forward, straighten the legs, flip the palms up, and then stack your rib cage directly over your spine. So, a lot of times we like open like this. We're not doing that today, right? I want you to just feel the crown of head, stack above the tailbone, get longer, 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 and then exhale, take the arms down. So we'll do this now 2 more times. So the inhale reaches the arms up. You interlace the fingers, you exhale, bend the knees, knuckles towards me, chin into chest. Begin feeling, it's like your low back wants to round. So think of down cat. Round, round, round in the low back. Keep the low back rounding even as you come up and flip the palms towards the ceiling and find that place where you're just finding a lot of length. So plug the shoulders down, crown of head rises away from the tailbone, and then as you're ready, exhale, fold. So it's very different from like letting us splay open. It's the opposite of that. Inhale, reach up. Should feel really good though because we're finding more length. Exhale, round, knuckles towards me, chin into chest, curl the tailbone forward. Imagine your low back wants to round, keep the hips thrusting forward, keep the tailbone thrusting forward, flip the palms up towards the ceiling, and it's like you kind of just buoy into that line, right? Where you find the crown of the head really far away from the tailbone, and then exhale, take the arms down. Awesome. Inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. And don't lean back too far. Keep the hips thrusting forward. Exhale, fold forward. You can take the hands back to the blocks or to the floor, whatever you want to do. Inhale, half lift. Use the blocks to glide the shoulder blades down and back, or not. Exhale, step it back to your plank pose, your choice this time. You can lower all the way down to the floor. You can take up dog, or you can do that knees, chest, chin little thing that we did at the beginning if that felt good. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Reach the right leg up and back. So just yawn the right leg open, bend the knee, stack the hips. Good. Send the right knee a little higher. And then exhale, knee to nose, draw forward. Good. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Good. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. We're going to come into an easy twist. So left hand down, right arm up. Good. And now feel same concept as we did in Tadasana, standing. Press the left heel away. Lengthen the tailbone back. Glide the shoulder blades down the back. And we're going to do a little self-adjust. So take the right hand to your hip. Hook the thumb in the hip. Perfect. And then drag your hip back in space. Drag it back. Good. Keep it back, and then from there, re-lift the right arm, and see if you can knit your front ribs together. So it's kind of like you're rounding your upper back, kind of like round your upper back, and then press the heel back more, and then rotate your heart towards the sky, and see if you find a little bit more length than you maybe did here initially. 3 more breaths. Close the eyes. If you lose it, think of that upper back rounding so it comes more in line with the tailbone and then shining the heart to the ceiling. Last breath. Good. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Step it back, your choice. Straight to dog, chaturanga if you're looking for a little heat, or you can just skip it. And we'll all meet downward facing dog. Good. Lift the left leg high to the sky. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Send the left knee higher, away from the body. And then exhale, knee to nose, plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Good. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. This time, step the foot through. Same thing, super easy twist. So right hand down, left arm up. Good. And press through the back right heel like crazy. So feel a lot of energy in that right heel. Maybe rebend the left knee a little more. And then spiral heart to ceiling best you can. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then we'll do the self-adjust. So take the left hand to the left hip. thumb in the crease of the left hip, and just take that left hip back in space. If you need to widen your stance to make it happen or adjust the hand that's on the floor, just plug that left hip back and then reach the left arm up again. And then from here, I want you to kind of round the upper body forward and then press through the back heel, lengthen the tailbone, and then spiral heart to ceiling. So you're finding more length, but it's coming from a place where your rib cage is really stacked over your pelvis, if that makes sense. 3 breaths here. Looks really good. And if you lose it, just think of rounding the upper body again. Round the upper body, and then shoot tailbone and crown of head away from one another to find that length. Last breath. Good, and then exhale, hands frame the foot, step it back, plank, chaturanga, or skip it. So totally up to you. You can just hold down dog if you're kind of digging the quiet. Good. Inhale. Exhale all the way. And breathe in. Step, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Feet are hip width apart. Inhale, half lift. Glide the shoulders down the back. Feel them wrap on the back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. Really reach up, look up. And as you breathe out, press the air away. And as you do, feel the tailbone lengthen down and the crown of the head rise up. Good, we'll do that same little rounding thing we did before, that same vinyasa. So inhale, reach the palms up. Interlace the hands, exhale, bend the knees round, chin into chest. Really thrust the hips and tailbone forward. Keep the low back rounding best you can, and then flip the palms to the ceiling and just stack. Let everything stack. Maybe close the eyes and just be in that moment of suspension. And as you're ready, you can exhale, take the hands down. Good, we'll do it 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, knuckles forward, round the low back. Think of rounding, 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 chin into chest. Inhale, flip the palms towards the ceiling, but you're keeping the opening really controlled. Feel the rib cage stack on top of the pelvis. Breathe in, maybe dip the chin, find more length at the crown of the head. And as you exhale, hands alongside the body. For this last one, really make it your own. So again, never need to be in my breath call, but inhale, open the arms. And then exhale, knuckles forward, chin in. Round, round, round. Keep that rounding in the low back even as you stack everything. Palms up. And exhale, stand tall. Awesome. Inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. Exhale, fold forward. As you breathe in, half lift, glide the shoulders down the back. Awesome. As you exhale, step back, plank chaturanga, or just step it back to dog if you don't want the heat, your choice. Good. Inhale, take the right leg high to the sky. Good, bend the knees, stack the hips. Exhale, knee to left elbow, so take it across the body. Good, inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Come into your warrior 2 legs. You're gonna drop the back left heel. Take the block and have the block on the inside of the foot. And I want there to be no space between your knee and your elbow. So we're coming into like a modified side angle. So your knee and your elbow are glued together like crazy. Yeah. Awesome. And then you can reach the left arm towards the ceiling, plug the shoulder down and back. Keep rooting through the back foot. Back outer edge of foot is really reaching to the ground. Make sure you're at a 90-degree angle in that front knee. Okay, perfect. From here, reach the left arm straight up towards the ceiling. So it stacks over your right. Perfect. Now, reach the left arm forward, so towards the window, so it's directly in front of you. Yes. And now I want you to round your low back and round your upper back a little bit. So you're kind of bowing in. And then from there, re-straighten the left arm to where it was initially alongside the ear, and see if you can find a little bit more length. More length in the pelvis. Feel your tailbone shooting towards your back heel a little bit more. Yeah. And you can play with it one more time while we're here if you want to. So inhale, left arm straight towards the ceiling at first, straight towards the ceiling. And then exhale, straight out towards the windows like an airplane. Draw the navel in, round the low back, round the upper back, right? I'm saying rounding, but it's subtle, right? Round. And then re-extend the left arm towards the front of the room. Last breath. Awesome, you guys. Breathe in. And then take it into reverse warrior. Whew, yeah. Reverse warrior. Good. And then we'll straighten both legs and come into triangle pose. So heel toe the back foot in a little bit, bump the hips back, and you can use that same block if you have it, and play with that same concept here. So notice if your low back is kind of arched, and it's great that maybe you're spiraling chest to ceiling, but for today's focus, again, just see if you want to play, right? Take the arm forward. It's like an airplane in front of you, parallel to the floor. See if you can plug the shoulder blade back, and at the same time, kind of narrow your hips towards one another, squeeze the hips towards one another, pull the navel in, round the upper back a little, and then take the left arm back up towards the ceiling and get the crown of the head farther away from the tailbone, or wherever you want to take the hand, right? If you want to take it alongside the ear and maybe do some circles, if that's feeling good on the side body, I invite you to do that. Just move slowly. Yeah. Awesome. So good. Last 2 breaths. Good, and then as you're ready, just rebend the front knee. We'll take it into reverse warrior once more. Reverse. And then cartwheel the hands down, plank, chaturanga, or skip it. Whew, I'm hot. It's amazing how doing these subtle things, you get really hot. And people think it's always harder to move faster, but it's not always true. So reconnect with your breath here in your dog. Press the knuckles down into the floor. Think of sending the torso towards the thigh bones. Awesome. Firming the biceps towards one another. Yeah, so always thinking this outer spiral. Yeah, nice. Good, and then as you're ready, take the left leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Take the knee to the right elbow, cross the body. Inhale, up and back, don't rush through it. Knee to left elbow, go wide. And then inhale, up and back. Good. Exhale, step the foot between the hands, coming into our warrior 2 leg, second side. So definitely using the block. Really focusing on the length of stance you want here. So maybe adjusting the back foot to make that 90-degree angle happen. Knee over ankle. Front heel bisects back arch. And then just come into your side angle. Use the block on either the medium or the lowest height. See what feels right for you. Glue the elbow and knee towards one another. So first you're just in your regular side angle. And breathe into that. See what it feels like. Close the eyes. Good, and then reach the right arm directly towards the ceiling. So fingertips towards ceiling. And then exhale, just press the right arm down. So it's facing the side of the room, parallel to the floor. Perfect. And now plug the right shoulder back. So really feel the right shoulder plug back into its socket. And then from here, see if you can find more length as you lengthen your tailbone back. Maybe think of rounding the low back, rounding the upper back just slightly, and then re-extend bicep alongside ear. And then from there, maybe think of spiraling the chest to the ceiling a little more, but it'll really feel like it's coming from underneath your armpit, if that makes sense. It'll really feel like this spiral where maybe it didn't before. And you can stay here, or you can maybe try it again. Right fingertips to ceiling, Right fingertips forward, right arm hovers above the floor. Plug the right shoulder back, round the low back, round the upper back, and then reach it alongside the ear. And now let the chest spin towards the ceiling. 3 more breaths. Whew. 2 more breaths. Triangle is coming. Last breath. Take it into reverse warrior. I know. Just a breath. Good. And then straighten both legs for your triangle pose. So you can adjust your stance, heel toe the back foot in. Press the hips back. Reach forward to have a long side body. And then you can use the block at any height to come into your triangle. Good. So firm your legs up and in. Press down through the toes. Press down through the heels. Good. And now spin the heart towards the ceiling. Notice what that feels like before we kind of add the refinement on top of it, right? Just see what it feels like. Good. And then keep your breathing big. We'll just refine the architecture, right? So reach the right arm forward so it's parallel to the floor. Plug that right shoulder back again. And now think like, imagine I punched you in the stomach. So pull your navel back and then maybe round your upper body just a little. And then take the right hand to the sky again and open the chest. Pull the navel in. So maybe everything feels a little bit more contained, pulled up, but you're also finding more integrity through the length of the spine, maybe. And then make sure the front ribs are knitting towards one another. Again, imagine someone punched you in the belly. So you're really pulling the navel back into the spine immensely. Awesome. And then if you did it on the other side and you made some circles with the arms and that felt good, you can do it again here. So counterclockwise or clockwise, you're just looking for that stretch in the side body if it feels good. Last breath. Good. And then we'll take it back into reverse warrior. So maybe rebend the knee. Final breath. Breathe in, reach back, reach. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down. Your choice, plank, chaturanga, or skip it. Down dog or child's pose, so your choice. Long, slow, steady breaths. 3 counts in and 3 counts out. Good. Inhale, rock forward to plank. If you're in dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. If you're in child's pose and you want to rest, that's totally fine. Otherwise, inhale, rock forward plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last time, inhale, rock forward to plank and hold. Press the heels back, glide the shoulders down and back. We're here for 3. Feel the thigh bones lifting up. 2. Good, last one. Exhale, drop the knees to the ground. Up cat, down cat again, but see if you can find something interesting and different than when we did it the first time. Move really slow. So inhale, up cat, pull the navel in, shoulders back, collarbones back. Exhale with your down cat now, really round. Again, imagine that feeling of being punched right between the pubic bone and the navel. And then maybe hang out in your down cat. So feel free to do one more up cat if you want. But then the next time you're in your down cat, round it. I want you to stay here. Stay here. So imagine a little fire underneath you on your mat, and you're really pulling your navel up and in so it doesn't touch the flames. Dip the chin into the chest, press the knuckles into the mat. Maybe prop up onto the fingertips like we did earlier so you have tented fingertips, and keep lengthening your tailbone down, 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 down. So it should feel like a low back stretch. Hopefully like a little low back stretch. Keep lengthening the tailbone down. Last breath. Rounding with all your might. Good. And then take it back into up cat as a little counter pose. Whew, that was heating. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So it's really amazing how much we can heat up the body when we activate these subtle ways of working. All right, last big thing before we take it down to the floor. So inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take the right leg up and back. Exhale, step it between the hands. Good, we're coming into a high lunge. So circle your arms down, around, and up. Perfect. So high lunge, we're also guilty, right, of having the low back super arched. So just play with already like refining the alignment with what we focused on so far. So notice if you can maybe stack the ribs a little bit more over the pelvis. And then I want you to bend the back knee and really curl your tailbone forward like crazy. Good, and then we'll slowly straighten the leg, but keep the tailbone curled under, and then lower the back knee and straighten. Slowly lower the back knee and straighten. Slowly lower the back knee and straighten. Okay, slowly lower the back knee and hold. Stay here. Interlace the fingers. We're pulling it all together. Drop the chin into the chest knuckles towards me. You guys already know what to do. Pull the navel back. Feel this rounding. Round, round, round. So really imagine you're punched in the belly. Curl the tailbone forward. Last breath. Let the back knee drop to the ground now. Same thing we did standing. Flip the palms up. So you're in a low lunge, but keep that integrity of the back. And I'm going to now let you open the chest, open the heart, but keep the low back almost like it wants to round forward. And then exhale, let the fingers spling apart. So you're just in this low lunge. And 4 breaths here. Just enjoy it. Keep the tailbone rounding forward. Opening the shoulders and the chest, but hugging everything up and in. Hips are hugging towards one another. Last breath. Good. And then exhale. Round forward. Take the hands to the inside of the right foot. Heel toe the right foot so the heel is on the mat and the toes are on the wood. So you can be in your lizard pose. And then whatever you want to do here in your lizard. Maybe you want to sway side to side. We do have the blocks right there. So if you're kind of between having elbows on the floor and hands on the floor, you can always put elbows on the blocks. And that's a nice place. Yeah. It's okay to spiral onto the pinky toe edge of the right foot if that feels interesting. And then really try to close the mouth and just breathe into the right hip. So whatever you're feeling, any currency, any energy in the body, just send it in with all your might to the area of the right hip with your inhale. Exhaling completely. Last 2 breaths. Okay, I want you to relax in the lizard, but just for our last breath here, I want you to see if you can re-find what we've been working on. So lengthen the tailbone back. You'll see how that lifts your hips away from the floor. So as you lengthen your tailbone back, you should feel your hips lift away from the floor. Good. And then maybe take your hands to the mat or just adjust and see if you can feel that line a little bit. So instead of maybe being here, you're just a little bit more lifted. And then keep the lift. You can grab the blanket and put it under the back knee if you're wanting that. We're going to come into a quad stretch. Maybe you don't need it. Left hand on the ground, right hand up, and you're going to reach for the pinky toe side of that back foot. Perfect. And then draw the heel into the seat. Press the foot into the hand. Make sure you're holding the pinky toe side of the foot so your shoulder can open. That's it. Press the foot into the hand. Hand into the foot. If you're not feeling a stretch, maybe come down onto the elbow here. And then same thing here. Lengthen your tailbone back. Think of rounding your low back, and it should intensify the stretch just a touch. Think of rounding your low back. That's it. Alicia, I see it. That's awesome. Good. Last breath. Let the breath be really full in the body. Good, and then let the stretch go. As you're ready, take the hands underneath the shoulders. You'll step the right foot to meet the left foot in dog. And then you can flow through vinyasa, cycling through, or you can skip it and you can just hold your downward facing dog. So it's completely your choice. Amazing. From down dog, we'll take the left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose just once. Inhale, up and back. And then exhale, step the left foot between the hands, coming up into our high lunge. Circle the arms down, around, and up. So right away, trying to kind of find that inner alignment, knitting the front ribs together, maybe lining the crown of the head directly over the tailbone. Good. Find your breath. And then slowly bend the right knee and slowly straighten. Good. Bend the right knee. Think of curling the tailbone forward as you do and slowly straighten. Slowly bend. Slowly straighten. And then slowly bend and hold. This time really curl the tailbone forward, thrust the hips forward, interlace the fingers, round. Chin into chest, round, round, round. Hollow out the abs, press the low back. Imagine my hand is on your low back. Press your low back into my hand. Last breath. And then let the knee come to the mat. Low lunge. Keep the low back rounding best you can, even though it's not round anymore. It's energetically just rounding. Palms towards the ceiling. Flip the palms up. Just breathing into this opening. And then exhale as you're ready. Just let the arms drift down. Feel how hugged in and plugged in you are with the hips narrowing towards one another, tailbone curling forward, and then just enjoy the stretch in the upper body. 3 breaths. And it's maybe not the biggest back bend you've ever done in your life, but it feels so aligned, right? It feels different, hopefully. A huge breath. Breathe in, fill up 3. Exhale all the way. Inhale, huge, fill up 3. Exhale all the way. Last one. Exhale, come on forward. Hands on the inside of the left foot, heel toe the left foot to the left, heel on the mat, toes on the wood, lizard pose. Using the block, moving side to side as needed. Keeping the inhales and exhales really full, keeping them through the nose best you can. Send all your breath and all your energy into the area of the left hip. And then before we go into the quad twist, just refining it a little. So maybe coming a little bit up, lengthening the tailbone down. So feel your hips move away from the mat. So you go from here to kind of pulling up here, yeah? Right hand on the mat. If you want the blanket to pad your knee or you want to double wrap the mat or, whatever you need, we're reaching the left arm up to hold the pinky toe side of the foot and then pulling heel into seat, seat into heel, and then think of rounding your low back. So this whole situation maybe lifts up an inch or 2. So it's like your pelvic floor lifts up, you get a little bit farther away from the floor, and then spin your heart towards the ceiling. And notice how much deeper the stretch is when your low back is thinking about rounding as opposed to just hanging out. You can always bend the elbow and come down onto the elbow for an even deeper stretch. Kick the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot. Spiral chest to ceiling. Last 2 breaths. Good. And then as you're ready, let the foot go. Good. Step back into your down dog. Just feel the whole body. Press the knuckles down. Energetically send the heels down. Send the torso towards the thighs. Good. And then you'll just breathe in, rock forward to plank. Exhale, drop your knees down to the mat. Sit over onto the left side. Reach the legs long in front of you. If you want to sit on the blanket, by all means. We're just going to take a forward fold to close. So inhale, reaching the arms up. It's okay if the knees are bent. And then exhale, think of the cobra when we got the forehead really far away from us. Think of that as you find more length to fold. And then once you're folded, plug the shoulders down and back. So glide the shoulders down the back and then maybe straighten one leg and then the other. Or if both the legs are already straight, just think of breathing in, finding length, and exhaling, folding. So here I want you to think of what we did when we had the blocks under us in that first forward fold at the beginning of class. Except now you're kind of like holding your feet maybe in a different way instead of pressing into the blocks. But it's that same sensation, right? So you inhale, the collarbone shoots towards the front of the room. Light between the collarbone shoots to the front of the room. And then you exhale and fold a little deeper. And just do that 3 more times. Just really visualize that you're in a forward fold at the top of the mat with the blocks under your hands. It's the same thing. It's the same pose, just a different configuration. Good. Last one. Breathe in. Exhale, come into your deepest rounding. Good. Hold here. And then we're going to roll down to Shavasana from here. So keep the chin into the chest. Keep the chin into the chest as you start to lean back. There's going to be this tipping point where your tailbone will suddenly start lengthening towards your toes. So imagine you had like ropes that you were holding here. I like to think of the rower, right, in the gym, right? You're holding onto a bar in front of you. So see how I'm even like dragging my mat with me here? You're dragging yourself all the way down and then opening up into your Shavasana. If anyone wants a bolster under their knees, just put a hand on the belly because, especially with all the work we just did, your low back may feel a little more intense or active than normal. Looks like you're good. All right. And then from here, just take a deep, deep, deep breath in. Feel the whole body on the floor. Exhaling all the way. Last time, huge breath in. Open the mouth, exhale. And rest. If you don't have a hard stop, if you don't have anywhere you need to be, you can stay here for as long as you like, maybe another 5 minutes or whatever your schedule permits. If you need to move on, I want you to draw the right knee into the chest first, and then the left knee into the chest. Give both knees a squeeze, and take the knees a little bit farther apart from one another so the knees aren't touching, almost like you're in a little frog pose, and then draw the knees towards the body that way. So draw the knees towards the shoulders, but the knees aren't touching, they're splayed apart. Good. And now draw the knees to touch and squeeze down on both knees, maybe wrap the forearms around the shins. And to come up, we'll just rock and roll up to a seat. So you'll just start to get a little bit of momentum. Should feel like a nice little massage on the spine, especially after this class, a little massage on the low back. And you'll just rock and roll up to a comfortable seat. And then from your seat, keep your eyes closed. Take the palms face down. Palms face down for today. Good. And then just let the hands rest upon the knees or the thighs. And then with your eyes closed, just see if you can find that line we've been working on. So feel the two sits bones rooting into the mat, and then the crown of the head rising away from that space. Feel the chin parallel to the floor. And just notice how your low back feels. Does it feel different than it usually does after yoga? Does it feel the same? Do you notice no difference, right? Just bring your attention there and just notice what, if anything, is maybe different in the way you're aligning your spine. Good. And then take the palms face up, cup the left hand in the right, and just place the palms in the lap like you're holding a little bowl of water. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the way. And deep breath in. Exhaling nose or mouth. Last time, inhaling. Nose or mouth. Bring the hands to prayer. Take the thumbs to the third eye. Press the thumbs into the space between the eyebrows, just fusing this class into the body, maybe taking your practice with you into the rest of the day. And then exhaling, just folding forward. And if you like, you can say namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I would love to hear how this went for you in the comments below. So make sure to comment below. Give this video a like if you enjoyed the sequence. And the number one most important thing you can do to help me is subscribe to my channel. So take a look, make sure that subscribe button is indeed clicked. And so much love and gratitude from my heart to yours. Namaste.